Well, let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, so we are Quilters HQ, Windmill Sewing Center, and Sewing Machines Express. The websites are quiltershq.com, windmillsewingcenter.com, and qhq2.com.
Yeah, right. You got a nice comment from the Sew Club. Hi, Joan. Thank you so much for your videos. They've been a real inspiration to me in my sewing journey.
Oh, great. I'm so glad to hear that. Stick with me. I'll teach you all my tricks and shortcuts.
Somebody wants to know what these rainbow fabrics are behind you, because they look interesting on the video, how the lines go across.
Let's grab a good one. These are on the website too. This is a collection from QT Fabrics. So this is a digital print. They're called Soiree? I don't know how you say that. Soiree? I'm guessing. But they're beautiful. This would make wonderful borders. Cut them out, fussy cut, some blocks. They're beautiful.
They are.
They're really beautiful. This does reflect some of the price increases we've seen. They're $13.99 a yard, but go look at quiltershq.com. I think you can sort by manufacturer and just do a sort for QT Fabrics, and these will be in there.
Hi, Barb. Welcome to the show. Cold in Northwest Ohio, huh?
We do have a fabric sale tonight after we do. We're only going to do one of the bow tie blocks because we have a lot of fabric to get rid of, but let's go do show and tell.
Nope.
Let's start with Vicky's. This is the class that Vicky is going to teach. This is just beautiful. We got jelly rolls. This is the jungle print, but you can't really tell because, you know, cut them in small enough. You will have enough to do the front and the back of this quilt.
That's really cool.
But this kit does include patterns to do full-size quilts. So we're going to teach you the concept, and you're going to make this quilt. It's all quilted in the hoop. Let me get it really, really close so you can see it. So it's all quilted with your embroidery machine. Isn't that beautiful? She really did a nice job.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the fabric on the back. Even all of her strips, all the animals are facing the right way. If I did this, it would be, you know, leopards kissing frogs. But so this is from Hoop Sisters. They have just an amazing array of quilts and some show winners at quilt festivals that I've seen. So that's that one. This is my show, one of my show and tells. So I finally got it quilted. Here, I'll show you the back because you can see the quilting. It's just a real little crosshatch. And this one I did on my embroidery machine. And I'm just going to bind it in the same fabric as the front. And this is all cross-stitch embroidery on the machine because I don't think I could finish a project like this by hand. I don't have the patience or the time, but you know, hitting the go button on the machine and letting the machine do all the work, I'm up for that. And then this was our AccuQuilt Club project for January. And now it's quilted. And I love this project because this is truly a scrap buster quilt. I did pick out some of the worst fabrics that I thought I had.
Going through her sewing room.
And I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that.
It's like you're making one of those stews or something, you know. It's like, oh, throw a bit of that in there, throw some carrots in there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Mystery stew.
So this is those pieces of fabric where we buy extra in case we mess up cutting. that's what this is. This is leftover from other projects that I had, and I just sorted them out by lights, and that class is on the YouTube. Not the YouTube, it's on YouTube.
It's on the tube.
The tube.
Cruising in England and London, we're riding the tube.
Yeah, if you have AccuQuilt, this is made with a 1.5 inch strip die. The pattern is on the website, available to download for free. So you can make these, and even if you don't have AccuQuilt, use that pattern to cut a quilt out like this. Even if you rotary cut it, you can still cut this out really, really quick. There's no trimming afterwards with a ruler. You can just sit down and sew, and we love those projects. And I picked out this really cool backing for it. That side should be lighter. It's, nope, is it? Can you see the ombre in it? I don't know if you can. Well, it's darker down there than it is up here. And I'm going to do the binding in same backing. So, yeah.
Somebody asked which design set is the birdhouse quilt.
That is it's Stony Creek. So I have some software. I don't know if they sell it anymore, but you can actually convert real cross stitch patterns to machine embroidery. I'll have to think about the name of it. It escapes me.
Yeah, it'll pop in there.
Yeah. Probably after the show's over, but it will.
We can always have Molly post a link or something. So this is for the Let's Surge class.
Yep, this is a table runner that I think they did.
Mm-hmm.
This is all done with the serger, except the
upside down.
Upside down. You always do this. So this is all made with a serger. So this is a complete serger project. One of the projects that you do in the Let's Surge class. Stuff like this is great for people who are not quite quilt worthy. You can just give them a little table runner.
With all the amazing stuff that they're learning in there.
Reversible. So, you know, you could do, you know, Christmas on one side, New Year's on the other, or Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Fall.
Something like that. So that's all of the show and tells. Let's go ahead and start our block. Okay, so we are making bow ties, and if you are rotary cutting this one, I did include the rotary cut shape for this one. If you are rotary cutting this, I would cut out squares and then just piece it. I'll show you how to do it when we get to that one. So I am going to go ahead and cut the whole thing because I'm going to take it home and sew it later.
So, we had a question. Can you post a link to the log cabin?
Yeah, I don't know what this product number was. I wrote it, I think we announced it like last week or the week before. So, in the feed.
Okay.
Yep, we can do a search for it and post it.
Well, we got a new team member, so Molly's joined us as our marketing coordinator. So she's helping behind the scenes right now. This is her first show, so everybody welcome her.
Welcome, Molly.
She'll get more stuff posted to the websites and keep you guys updated and get these links posted to the log cabins. And
yep.
You'll have your log cabin plans. And
yeah. So we are using dies numbers 2, 12.1, and 11.1. I don't know why they named them that way. For this block, it's basically bow ties. This is a reason to own the 12-inch cube because you can make 6-inch bow ties with this. This is a great scrap buster. And I'm going to start with the background fabric, which is this die. And we need 32 of these, so each layer is 8. There's 24 right there. Let me just make sure I'm going to have enough here with my one. Yep. So I'm going to cut 2 and 2. Just covering that and mat. And always make sure you're sending the salvage through your machine when you cut, so you don't end up with wonky pieces. I've done that. We actually did a demo in AccuQuilt Club where I showed the ladies how far off you would be if you cut on the stretchy grain instead of the straight grain, and it was like a 1/16 of an inch, which doesn't seem like a lot unless you have 16 blocks, and then you're off by a whole inch.
It's like, oh. Well, you know, it is her first day.
Oh,
they said that she camera shy.
Are you camera shy?
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to scare her away.
Give her a chance when she finds out how nice all of you are.
We do have the best community. I mean, you guys are all supportive, and we do appreciate everyone watching the show.
Okay,
Thanks,
looks
Nikki.
like we cut more than we needed. So there is my 32, so we won't need that for the kit. We'll use it next week. So that's all of those.
Do we know the kit price this week?
The kit price is $7.32. So you have a half of a width of fabric of your other pieces, because we don't need quite as many.
What?
$7.32.
$7.32.
Yep. So we need 8 of each of these, just 2 layers. So you know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to cut several of these at a time. I'm just lining up the edge of my cut fabric where the line is with the salvage. And 6. And then we'll get that other color afterwards, just making sure I'm covering that dye. There's all of them out of those colors. Time to start dye picking my dye a little bit.
Dye picking.
Dye picking. There's so much there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go there. I know where you went. And then the last one. So it happens when your dye has little strings and stuff down in the dye like this. That's when you need to get your pick out and clear those out. So those little strings.
Yeah, because it's just a pad and then there's blades underneath that in the shape. So.
And then they'll stick and won't quite cut all the way through. And there's all of those. And you can see them on this one too, right here. They're kind of stuck. So then, out of die 12, we need these little tiny half square triangles, and we need 8 of those. These are already lined up. I'm just going to lay it right across like that. Make sure I'm covering with all of my fabrics.
It does make quick work of it, doesn't it?
It does. I love this system. It's a great system. And there's all of my little half square triangles. Aren't those cute? I think I had too much coffee today.
Well, you were sprinting back and forth in the shop, so it's part of the company's exercise program that we came up with.
Mm-hmm. lots of caffeine, and then you're
You know, sprinting from the front of the store to the back of the store. Well, not really sprinting. We don't allow running.
no running in the store. It's
Unless
not cool.
you've got new shoes. Now, if you've got new sneakers, then we do allow it just to test them out.
I'm going to make a blue bow tie because this is just so pretty, this fabric. Looks like denim. And so I'm going to start with my, we'll call them corners that are knocked off. If you do not have, and you're rotary cutting, if you do have AccuQuilt and you're rotary cutting, you're going to just cut squares instead of cutting that shape out. Cut the square. You're going to line up your little piece on that corner and then sew corner to corner, and then you're just going to cut this excess off. And that will give you that center portion.
Still the 8-inch cube, Joan?
Still the 8-inch cube.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and just piece these on. And then we're going to start with a fabric sale. Oh, somebody's been
Hi, Stephanie. How are
demoing
you?
the...
Oh, was it on turtle speed?
No, it was on 6 inches per inch. Which is great if you're sewing, I don't know, leather, purses.
Karen said, love the scrappy. Been making a scrappy quilt by Eddie McGinnis. Buckeye Beauty.
Yep. So bow tie is another one. What was her name? She came and did a creative grids class for us. Penny Heron. She did a bow tie quilt that was really scrappy, and it was beautiful. So we need 2 of our little pieces. I'm going to hit these with the iron because I'm working on the bias. Just press that seam and not like wrinkle my block at the same time. And then this is just a 4-patch. Super, super easy.
Beverly said, that small print red is directional. Ask me how I know. I had to unsew a few.
Really? You know what? I
Lorianne, how are you?
leave it. I would. And so our block is going to go together like this.
So Peggy was asking, why does the block say 2W?
2W. It says 2C.
Let's get a good picture of it there for you, Peggy. So should be a 2C.
Yep, 2C.
Seeing it up there. So
What would that be? 24 blocks at W? 24 blocks in a row?
that would be a pretty big quilt, probably, with the how big
That
are the
would
blocks?
be,
10-inch blocks or
16 inch?
16-inch blocks? That'd be pretty big.
That would be like,
Hi, Teresa. Welcome to the show.
you could carpet your house with that one.
Oh, quilt carpet. There's a new thing.
We actually had a couple that did that.
Hers says 2W when she printed it. So we'll have to check on that, Peggy. Sorry about that.
Not sure.
Yeah, we'll double check it. Does the pattern look exactly like that?
Well, I was editing it. I don't. I did make an edit, so it's entirely possible that that happened. So let's just piece this one. You got to remember who you're working with here. Press this one this way. Handy dandy thingamajig.
Like you said, it's the right pattern. It just
Says W.
Yep.
Okay, sorry about that, folks. and piece that together. And there you have it. One perfect little bow tie. It's a super fun block. If you have little scraps of fabric and you can get 2 squares and 2 tiny squares like out of it, you can make bow tie blocks out of it. So those little pieces that you want to toss, just make them into bow ties, put them in a box. When you have time, sew them all together, and then you have a fantastic quilt. So we're going to make 4 of each color of these, and then I think it's 16, no, it's 4 of each color, and then 16 bow ties make up this block. And I would recommend piecing these in rows. So you're going to make a blue row and a red row to make that block.
Red bow, come on over.
I know, I was like going to the shining red row.
Oh no!
No, not quite that. So that's how easy the block is. So we put this together and we're having a fabric sale. We love those.
Carrie said blame it on the coffee.
I have a lot of coffee. I feel like I've got, a little bit of the shakes, and I have more. I'm going to drink it too.